Hello, this is Professor Mike Labasi with Sinclair College, and I want to go over a couple of Python tips specifically with Jupyter Notebook. Now, as a quick note here, I am demoing this in Google Colab, so uh, there are times if you're using Anaconda Jupyter locally, you would use the tab key. In Google Colab, it's going to sort of automatically apply this tab key for me. I will call this out as I do this. So first off here, I'm just going to create some variables. One called first name and age and num and so on. Um, Let's import that just for examples. Here I'm going to print this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you some things that can happen with auto-completion. So if you come from Linux at all, that term should jump out at you. If not, auto-completion is the environment you're working in, helping you complete commands or file names, or in this case, variable names too. So start typing PRI, and you notice right here, now I didn't hit tab, but if you do tab in Jupyter Notebook, you should get options you can do. In this case, there's a command called print. So um, I hit tab key, and I went ahead and completed it. So that's a great way to go ahead and help streamline your code writing. And also, this also works with variables. So I'm going to type in FIR, and you notice it says first name. This is actually a help thing too. This is really specific to uh, Colab. I'm going to show you how you can get the same help text here with this. But you notice this says first name right here, and click on it, and it actually filled it in. And this is a really good way if you have variable names, several variable names, things like that. You can go ahead and ensure you have the correct variable name. Maybe if you mistyped it. Um, of course, this is not right. So this will help you avoid those type of things. Simple typos, syntax errors, but also if you have a local file that you're calling, maybe again, so I have a demo where I talk about importing files, and I really mentioned before, it's important to I would keep your files, CSV, text files, data files, in the same folder as your Jupyter Notebook. That way it makes it easy to import and things like that, but it also works with file names too, it can read. So that's a good way to indicate that the file is local. So again, that is tab completion. Now let's go down here. We got some other stuff here. I'm just going to run everything in case I need it. Here we have some more variables. So here we have something called the dot tab. So, and what dot tab is going to do is going to help me expose underlying functionality. So this T1, no surprise, is hello class. This is a string variable. So I have a lot of stuff I can actually tap into. If you looked at strings, it's more than just a blob of text. We can parse it, change it, and so on. But if I do T1 dot and hit tab, or in my case, I just pause for a second, this is going to expose the underlying functionality I can do with this variable called T1, which is, of course, is hello class and text. I can case fold it and code. It's got all kinds of stuff. Now, I'm not going to go into all this, but it allows me to see what I can do. Common ones, of course, are split. I can split by space, or I can starts with, ends with, and so on. So I don't want to get into actually programming or doing Python here. I just want to show you that dot tab is be very handy way to expose underlying functionality. Um, Now going back, let's say I'm curious about starts with, and I want to know more about this. You can add a question mark at the end of this function. So what I'm calling it is a string function called starts with. And if I run this, now on here it brings it on the side. In the Jupyter Notebook running local, it brings it on the bottom of the screen. In the case, I get basically what's called the doc string. The doc string is a small help file, and this will let me know how this function works. Now, again, go in, look at the Python um, full documentation to help you get further information. And of course, you can always Google examples. But this is a great way to get quick help about a current function before I use it. Again, that's just pending the question mark at the end of it. And the last couple things here, I'm just going to do some more stuff here. I'm going to create some stuff, including errors, and we'll go over that. So there's a couple commands we could do, and these have a percent in front of them. Now there's a lot of these. These are called magic commands. So I actually have a read the docs magic. So you can I just googled Jupyter Notebook magic commands, and you get this in the docs here. And also other places you can find this too. There are lines, cell magics, all kinds of magic. They all start with percent. And these have all kinds of underlying functions with the Jupyter Notebook specifically. It's more than just a Python thing, I would say. It's just really helping you work with the notebook. And I'll show you a couple of these. First off, let's say you have a very long, complex notebook, and you're curious about what is set to what. And this is whos, W-H-O-S. And if I run this, it's going to let me know every variable I currently have in memory, the type, and what it's set to. So this is why I ran those earlier. And you can see here um, we have, of course, the variable name, the type, so and what's set to. Now this is great because maybe I have a really long complex notebook, or you know some complex things, and you want to double check your variables. You can do a whos and say I thought n3 was supposed to be set to 4, and then I find out it's 3.145. So it can help you debug or find issues. And also, if you want to just do a quick dump of everything you've done, there is the history command here. It's percent history, and this will dump out everything I have done. So if you want to copy and paste, maybe a quick backup of your work, and this is a nice text backup here. So anyways, that is it. The dot tab, the autocomplete tab, and some magic commands, two being whos and history. Again, you can always explore the documentation. Comes with Jupyter Notebook, or like I showed before, there's built-in magic commands. There's a lot of these, and there's probably some really good cheat sheets out there too. So anyways, I hope this was